Okay, so everyone, welcome to the stream. And why are you buffering? Why are you buffering? Oh, boy. All right, let me do some. So are you not gonna? You're still gonna buffer? Okay, let me just. Okay, does that make it behave a bit better? I think it's making it behave a bit better. Alright, so continue along with the illustration. Made some changes already. Namely based on my very vague understanding of perspective, which currently as a general pointer looks like this, where horizon line right across here, that's this dark bluish line, I don't know how clear that is. Along with the two purple lines here going towards one vanishing point, and the two purple lines going this way towards the second vanishing point. Namely, the sketch was much more on a very sharp angle of a single vanishing point. But at least from a very vague bit of perspective I understand, with the horizon line and a double vanishing point, I need to line up Hina's shoulders significantly more here. Even push one arm so that her shoulder is up in front of her face. I think I've also moved the head a little bit to a better match, kind of what I'm trying to do. Kind of trying to push like the bottom of her cheek against the back of her shoulder, which is like pushed upwards. Kind of the general pose that we want here. For the life of me, I can't really find a great shot of that pose, so I've had to very much go through a whole bunch of different photos and just see if I can at least somewhat make it match. In terms of the remainder of her head, it's all hair because her hair is super long, so I don't really know what to do with that part, honestly. But I'm gonna bring in the remainder of Hoshino behind her. Oh yeah, I also need to decide what to do with Hina. I got hiccups again. Why? Why is it when I start streaming? I'll see if that helps. So looking at a skirt that falls... I need to turn all these off. How about turn that off, turn that off. And hiccups is still there. Alright, I'm gonna download my water and get another cup. Alright, let's say that is any better. But either way, we're starting a skirt from about the waist. So that will be about here. Oh right, that's why I turned off the ruler. Oh, that's true. Oh. So basically, the top of the skirt to follow her body, but we only want the skirt to reach the kind of top half of her thigh. So I think we'll just wrap it around like this to kind of simplify. I'm kind of bringing one leg over the other. It's not going to be kind of hiding a lot of details down the back. Basically, we'll have one leg coming through. It's going to be the top leg, which is the left leg coming through, pushing out in front. Probably actually want to bring the other leg more inwards, but effectively what I end up with having a leg down there. That comes through the bottom. And then I'm actually gonna grab an image of her here. Probably should have saved 2 images I grabbed yesterday. I need oh gee. And hiccups are still going strong. Oh boy. I'll say that helps at all. Deep breaths. Alright, what am I working with here? Oh, way. Hiccups are going away. Ah. So first up, line is a bit accurate. Get rid of this, also don't snap. Oh boy. But, how's this gonna work? Um. I just take the shoes off. Just take the shoes off. I don't want to do the shoes. I could just go socks. Hmm. Let's go further away from the camera. Um, um, Hello there, how you doing? Indeed. I think bring this leg backwards, I think. Going away from towards the vanishing point, so we put the legs in line with vanishing point. Where is it? This isn't even accurate. Blah, 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 do this, then we want. Oh, there. What will this be? This would be the inside of the foot. Um, um, go. Oh no, hang on. This is the inside of the foot, so go. Like Because I still in the itching phase, so hopefully this turns into something. That's not the right angle for the leg. What am I looking at here? The leg is moving away from camera views, so let me just... So the back of the foot's like right here, facing... looking at the foot from the top. Mostly in the actual foot itself is like that. This is wait, it's going literally over the top, almost straight. This is the heel, is the bit here. Okay, so if this is the back, and we're looking at... Okay, what happens if I turn this off? What does that look like? The body's too short, or am I not looking at perspective correctly? That should be... that's... Yeah, the foot's in a bit of a weird viewing angle. This is also, bringing like one leg down in front, so this is actually like the... What leg is this? No, we're leaning this right leg. Yeah, the right leg underneath. We're bringing that foot in, so looking at the inside of the foot there, but it's also away based on perspective. Do I go shoes or do I take the shoes off? Yeah, keeping the socks on. I think that's what we're sitting here. I want to bring the does she have long sleeves? She has long sleeves. Let's see. Bringing the arm right through here. What am I looking? Is there a seam here? Hold on. Let's zoom in on that. Is there a seam on this? There should be a seam on this. Is that a seam? Or is that just a crease? But this line is the seam. This is a crease. That means we're looking at a line that's more like... I want to bring our harness through here. Oh, am I looking for the lines? We're bringing the elbow, the arm down to us. Tina's arm up front, bring the elbow around. So that the elbow... What is this blue line? You change color. Need you to be a different color. What color have I not used? Actually, you can be green. You can also be green. And you, do I need you right now? What color can you be? You can be a darker blue. Bring her arm through here. So arm comes through here. Actually, I should probably not be at that sharp of an angle. Let's go more like... more like here. I want to bring the hand. I want to... looking at what the hand... How I use this layer? What's this layer doing? This layer's doing this. Okay, we're just doing this layer. Bring the arm around so that hand going through here. Roll the thumb a little bit. Basically press that thumb into the sleeve a little bit. Make the sleeve less straight and more pulled against the force. That doesn't look like a hand. What the heck did I just do? Bup, bup. Okay, I need a reference way. Where are my hand references? You. Need gripping cylinder. Will I just not bring the arm around so far and just have her hand grip the bottom? That's also a choice. Go with this, so we're doing that, and then I need... see if I can find a cylinder. I guess this works. Also, this hand is way too small. That could work, I guess. Pushing your curve. Not too much. Hmm. Um. Hmm. How about? Um. Um. Mhm. Bup, 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 Oh boy. I really don't know what I'm doing with this hand. Bit of a weird angle to begin with, so. Um. Um. Put this hand all the way down. This would be what? Thumb will be on the sides, so. Um. bring the arm. Let me just put the arm. I should put the arm right underneath. Oh, the better way just go. But I just start trying to bring that arm through the gap below the elbow here. Indeed. How do I bring this arm through here? This arm will be coming forward almost like this. I want to bring the... Actually, wait. Can you even bend the arm at this angle? You can, because you are like fucking. Just bring the arm like directly across. Ba, 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 ba. Pop, pop, pop. The hand does actually be more of a forward shape here. There's a more of a forward shape then, looking more Okay, then that brings the hand. Literally have the hand be like limp, right? Good. How do I make the hand look slack? Would be what? Have one finger straight. Let's just... bring this back a little bit this way. Then you bring the actual head here as well. Make the finger look loose. The thumb should be... Oh. Gee. What the... Alright, what kind of insanity have I created here? Actual opening to her sleeve is like tight, right? I want to I want to tighten this out. Create a backside to this and then make this better. Kind of just pumps way out a whole bunch. Okay, what kind of insanity is this now? This can hide a whole bunch of the details around this way. I mean, that kind of works. Kind of. Bup, bup. Ba, 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 ba. Where's the knuckle? Knuckle is right here. Hmm. Alright, well, we leave that like that for a moment, and I need to bring the harness through. But how far down should the tie be, and how angle should this be at? I hide it below her chin. This should hang with gravity, so... Put the badge on here. It's kind of very hidden from view anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. How much more of her is like actually visible? Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I do actually need the nap. Okay, what's that done to this? I'm gonna make this pillow look bigger. Let's bring it back a bit. Bup, 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 let me sit down. Bup, 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 Alright, what kind of advantage do I get by removing some of these lines? Bup, bup, Up, 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 up. Mm-hmm. Mm. It'd be a sharper side. Pretty. That's a lot of hair. Hmm. 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 I also need to do the remainder of the background. What's smashing point? Basically it has to be flat. Make it look a little far away, but just make this nice and more. Um. Oh, you need to figure out how to make hair billow in the air. Hmm. I need a texture for this, don't I? If I want to do a top of mattress easily. Bup, bup, uh, bup, bup, Okay, so we go. Oh, there, hi, there. Okay, so we go like that, and then. Alright, so. Main thing here, I need to work out that I'm doing the hair. Bring the hair out in front of her body. Wing it out. Alright, where I save some resources on hair in the wind somewhere. Hmm. Bup, Alright, let's see. How do I need to separate this? Bum. Bum. What line is what? Go like that, go like that. Ba, ba, ba. Could be a sharper angle, shouldn't it? Um. Ba, ba. Hmm. Ba, ba. Ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Hmm. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. Up, up, um. Up, up, um. Up, up, up. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 Hmm. All right, let's see. Ba, ba, bum. Uh, Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba. I'll get her hair around. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. How do her horns work? What the heck is happening with her horns? Like Finn, right? Ba, 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 bum, ba, bum. What is happening with her horns? Oh, this is moving backwards, isn't it? It's not twisting. Okay. Not too far out. Um, bu- bu- um. Bu- 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 No one should be on that spot already. Hmm. Bup, 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 bup. Bup, bup, hum, hum. Hmm. Bup, 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 I separate these lines different layer. Um, to do all this. What's that do? Hello there, how you doing? Doing pretty good. Trying to figure out a bunch of different parts here, given after the sketch. Namely, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to flowing hair, so it's a very vague idea. Along with the fact that there's a lot of hair here to work with. Along with the fact I think there's supposed to be a ponytail back there, which is really hard to see what's exactly is happening back there. Probably gonna have to pull a copy of her 3D sprite from the back if I can. I don't know what's happening with the horns exactly. Like looking at this, like the horns look really thin. So like, well, like the flat in a way. At least the horn on the side looks really flat, which I think I have like done okay-ish. Or like some extra guidelines to kind of show where it's bending, but the bit that's curling is like a standard curled ram horn. But I don't know if it's supposed to be thin. It's kind of hard to tell. That's also another thing I've been puzzling on. Along with the fact that I'm also working with 2 vanishing points, and I only have a very basic understanding of perspective, so that's always fun. I think this should be lowered down. I think this line doesn't actually need to, because horizon line is coming through here. And the best bit is that my sketch was with a single vanishing point, and I was like lined up with that vanishing. Oh jeez, the hiccup. I've lined up with that vanishing point reverse. Now I'm more lined up with the horizon line. everything's moving around a little bit. Also, I never decided what I was gonna do with this arm. You know, let's be real, if I don't know what I'm doing with this arm, then it stays in the back end and never comes to the front. And the hiccup's not going away. Alright, I'm going down the rest of it. That was not very much water. Let me I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this down, and then I could just be lazy and bring straight down this way. This is an illustration, so currently I'm currently on a single layer. Well, there's a lot of sketch layers, but because if I turn on if I turn this off and I turn on this layer where all my roughs and sketches, you can kind of see the level of insanity that occurred, namely with the very many different colors here. You look at the sketch layers on top of that. Now doing the lines on top. At the current stage, there's no intention to animate this, so at worst, I just need to separate any layers that I'm not too sure about. Namely, things like hands. If I really don't know what I'm doing with the hands, then it's better if I separate it and then redraw it on a different layer. I'm probably going to do the colors on a different layer from each other. Because I'm trying to change the way I do coloring a little bit, at least the process. I want to bring these. This is a pleated skirt, right? A pleated skirt. That means we need to bring this. What's the best way to do a pleated skirt? Which way is this? This plated off. Not froze as well. No. Plated, right? Or whatever. We bring this down. Round. Off her thigh and onto the surface here. Kind of let it hang off a little bit. I should do something here first. Is covering the remainder of the body on this side. These uniforms have pockets? No, it's gonna be hidden. It's just fine. If you can hide it, just hide it. Best advice anyone ever gave me. But draw. Oh, I need. What kind of sleeve is this? Oh wait, the glove. I need to worry about the glove. I ignore the glove. Oh. I want the muscle of the. I should do this on a different layer. Okay, let's be smart. Let's do this on a different layer. The muscle of the thumb coming down, the other finger coming up to the forefinger. I'm gonna bend the finger away from camera. wise, keep that finger straight against camera. So we're currently looking at something like and I want to go have this finger be completely straight, a little bit slack. Then we want to have these two fingers hang, slack against hand, and then bend away. And I think I'm actually going to change this so that the finger itself is coming through the bottom, but I'm going to actually have the finger itself just hang like straight away from the camera. That instead. I need a muscle here. Goes into the hand. Right about there. This should go right over where her hand is. And pretend there's the wrist coming through behind the hand. This has to be kind of up here. This is against the wrist completely. This can hang on the bottom side. Want the back, the far side of the, like this. They're very annoying. Do I have to throw the hand reference up? It's like vaguely somewhere. I probably closed it. I still use the same general hand references every time anyway. At least I can twist my hand into that vague position without breaking my wrist off. That's always fun. Make this a little bit more uneven with the bit that kind of sticks out. Make this as uneven a little bit. Make it look a little bit hard. Maybe not that hard. And then we want to bring her arm behind this, because this expands into this, so we just want to pull this in. Okay, let's just do the rest of them below this. Actually, no, we've got the sleeve coming through. Do I need to pull this in at all? Give that a little bit of a curl right at the end. Right at the end there, just make the very end of the sleeve look a little bit hard. Then we want to roll it. Is there any details on the what we're side of the arm? Outside side. I feel like what? We're gonna bring this in a little bit earlier. Go through like this, cut this off. We'll do the same thing where give this a little bit of a edge out to make this look a little bit harder material. Cut that out. I'm gonna stretch a undershirt through your shirt that you can see. Make this thinner around the wrist. Yeah, I'm actually like mildly confident about it. Whether I can make it look at least somewhat reasonable. I want this finger to be in front of below. I'll kind of make her. I want to try and make the fingers look thinner. Oh. We're seeing like less of the. Should be going like. To change the way the thumb is done because I definitely didn't do it in a nice way. Nothing all that exciting, I think. I do need to write out a game design document and do some concept art. I have decided on a game idea that I'd like to work on, but there's a lot of like planning and brainstorming that has to happen before actually starting even like doing a skeleton template. I am rolling with a general concepts of looking at having or like making a target for a to have a potential publisher. So at the current stage, the plan is to see if I can create something that could be pitched to fellow indie. So basically, it's going to have to be a Hololive themed game or parody game, basically, to fit their criteria for it. Realistically, depending on how the design is done, it theoretically can be stripped of the Hololive skin and turned into something else. Actually, I should be shutting up and letting people sleep about now. So I should go over this a little bit. What's Team Cherry? Should I know about this? Let me just do a Google. What is this? Indie game? Yeah, well, I mean, as long as you're not like a big company, you're basically indie, right? I mean, I'd say they're probably like bigger than wait, at least they're a small team. It was from a game jam. All that was from a game jam. That's pretty big. I feel like I should do game jams at some point, but I don't feel like I'm enough of an idea person to like form an idea and make a game within a game jam. And I haven't coded in so long that I have to de-rust anyway. Basically, I have existing code that I rewrote quite a while ago. That basically is for a version like, well, the easiest way to explain it is that back in the day, I was part of a team. This was for university. We made a game that was overcooked, but we were making drugs in the donut shop. So basically, I have code on hand for picking up and placing objects on shelves, and a whole bunch of parameters already set up to basically have it recognize a whole bunch of different things. So I was thinking of turning that into some kind of simpler shop simulator. It won't be as involved as the simulation games of nowadays, namely things like Card Shop Simulator, and I think there was like a Gecko one recently, along with a Toy Shop Simulator. I mean, I have to familiar myself with how to code in Unity again. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if this makes sense even by show it, but along with the fact I have to rewrite the player input in this completely, because this was, for reference for how old this game is, this was before Unity's new input system. So if you ever play a Unity made game now and you can change the button inputs, that was post new input system, because before the new input system came in, you basically couldn't change controls. But basically, there exists a table class here that already basically can act as shelves in a shop. And there's also a items thing which can act as the products that you put onto the shelves. So there's already like a underlying backbone to everything that needs to happen. I definitely need to update the player code. I don't even know what the player code currently looks like. Let's still go to player control. Did I rewrite this? I don't think I rewrote this. I think this is just like using the raw old player input. Yeah, it just uses the get access input manager. Oh no, it's using a third-party input manager. Because back then the input manager on Unity was so bad that we all went out and got a third-party one. Oh, that's so funny. But this was made for 3D, so I had to rewrite it anyway to have it work for 2D. Because if I'm working alone, then I'm not going to have any 3D modelers and 3D animators to work with. I'm going to do all of it myself, and that'll mean it'll be in 2D. I think for like a more low to the ground game that isn't as fancy, 2D's just fine. Along with the fact that 2D, I find, at least in my opinion, 2D games look better on mobile. Because there's also consideration of like what platform to put things out on, especially when you're an indie developer. You just kind of want to shove it into everyone's faces. Having it be available for mobile is a big deal. In terms of imp, button, this is so bad. It's crazy to think that we had turning speed. Actually, what were we doing with turning speed? Let's have a look at this. Line 132. What was this doing? We actually had a rotate player. Oh jeez, that's so funny. We didn't just like. Oh right, cause it had to. You push in a direction and then it'll turn to face that direction. I think that was what it was doing. I think that's kind of standard for 3D movement on a on essentially a 2D axis, on a 2D plane. We'll see how this goes. I'm thinking it's probably just gonna be a game that's like mostly a bunch of maths being crunched in the back, realistically speaking. I guess to go over the pitch right now, I've also just throw an elevator pitch. I was thinking of doing a shop management where you're putting products on the shelf more based on trends than just doing what you call it incremental like grade ups, which is kind of what you have in simulator games right now. You just kind of grade up your shop over time. I mean, this probably needs to be some kind of progression. I haven't thought of how the game loop should be going. Let me see if I can find it actually. But I was thinking back to an old game that I played on the Game Boy Advance, I think. Which was more of a menu heavy shop management game. Let's see. Alright, let's have a look and see if YouTube has anything here. Oh yeah. Citrus. Citrus is always fun. Let me... Oh, the resolution. That's Game Boy Advance. Like, I don't know why I expected the resolution to be good. 144p. That's also really old. I mean, it's not exactly big game, so I guess I can't really expect some much more than 144p. Oh, you're familiar with the shop gamers? Then may have be familiar with a very, I don't know if she's still the mascot, but Digicart was a at least mildly big enough mascot for gamers 15 years ago, maybe. When did this come out? Oh jeez, the hiccups are still here. When did Digicart was like big? When was it big? I think she's still the mascot, just not as big of a deal. I mean, this is the second game, which is a little different, but yeah, this is like way different. But the first game on the Game Boy Advance was more of a you can like kind of listen in on like trends on what's popular, and then your shop would do better if you generally stocked trending goods. At least that's my memory of it. So I was thinking of maybe going more in that direction. Because it's easy to write random events. Random events are very easy to write, and then you just have to have the game punch a bunch of math in the back. You don't have to like do any weird manipulation like per customer or like what they're actually gonna buy. You can just generate them with like conditions based on the day or like the week, depending on how you set it up. So I'm pretty sure the first game, you set up your shop for a week, like you stocked it for a week, and then if you ran out early, then it was just like really sad in your shop for like the rest of the week. I was thinking of going in that general direction. Especially if I'm gonna try and aim for a Hollow Indie as the publisher, then it's very easy to create more events to create trends for goods in a shop that sell Hololive related products. But that's, at least I think I'm allowed to do that. I haven't read through Hollow Indie's like full conditions on like what the game has to be, apart from it has to be a parody of like Hololive's IP or like covers IPs. Did it actually have let's have a look at this actually. Let's say news entry for Hollow Indie. Let's have a look at this page. Where's this go? Does it have like a requirement? You basically need to complete the game. Okay, oh, they have a checklist. Let's have a look at this. Guidelines set forth for just for derivative work. So I don't think that requires actually like making a game where the talents are like the player character. Oh here, work games. Let's have a look at this. Peace of mind, creating fan games, star quests. Game creator support program. I mean, that's basically the thing. Okay, so here there's nothing talking about like who the player character has to be, because like that was the main thing that I was most concerned with. Looking at like the other game, basically like all of the other games here that have been released under their banner have all had one of their talents be like the player character. Because I'm thinking of not doing that and instead having a generic character, having the game be themed around their talents instead. So a bit of a different approach to everything here, actually. Like I looked through this all yesterday. Was it the day before? I looked through it at some point. But at the very least, it doesn't look like there's any requirements on the player character itself. You just have to be able to give a pitch, right? Where's the pitch? Game data, portfolio, game title, creator, party. Oh. Name refers into the email. Number of members, portfolio, game date. Just give them a game data, prototype, play for understand gameplay. I mean, you basically need a finished game before you can even like show it to them. Game engine, asking price. And completion, additional information. What else is there? There's a privacy policy. I mean, not the most important thing right now. Do they have any requirements? I mean, with how unhinged derivative works can get, I don't feel like there's too many crazy things that they don't allow. That they may find unpleasant, yeah, that didn't happen. There are enough thin books to know that's definitely not the case. I mean, this last line is like the worst usually. Other content that we deem unsuitable, so it's like basically if they don't like you, then they can just shut you out. But either way, that's the plan right now. But I need to go through the brainstorming process and all the other planning stages before anything else. So I'm gonna do that at some point, but even after that, I have to de-rust because I haven't touched Unity in like over 6 years or 4. I think it's 4 years. I think I worked on a different project about 4 years ago. I mean, even if we call it paperwork, it is basically so that I have a solid idea of what exactly I want to do. Along with probably I'm gonna go back and play through a couple of different games that I played in the past that fit a kind of similar framework or niche. That DigiCarat game will be one of them. I think I might also go through and play through Reciteer again. I think that was another shop game that was less involved and a bit of like trend based with how you sold stuff. I actually can't remember how the shop worked in that game. Do I have it on Steam? I don't think I have it on Steam. I think I pirated it back in the day before it made it to Steam. Back in the day when file sharing was way more loose. Alright, but anyways, I should shut up and let people sleep, so anyways, thank you very much for stopping by while I figured out what this insane layer of lines is supposed to turn into. I'll at one point work out how hair flows when there's airflow. It's known as wind. I don't know why I called it airflow. But if you want to see more, soon to be subscribed or follow, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like because it helps me out, and I'll see you all again next time.